Oleksii Mes I. He was the first to fly Ukraine's F-16 into battle, and the first to die in one. On a quiet August morning in 2024, as much of the world looked away, Colonel Oleksii Mes climbed into his F-16 fighter jet and prepared for what would become his final mission. The skies above Ukraine were thick with Russian missiles and Iranian-made kamikaze drones. It was an all-out assault meant to cripple cities, terrorize civilians and bring Ukraine to its knees. But Moonfish wasn't having it. With the calm precision of a veteran and the raw fire of a patriot, Mes locked onto 3 incoming cruise missiles and shot every last one of them down. Then he pivoted, diving straight into the swarm of an approaching drone formation, and took out a 4th threat, a strike UAV headed for a residential zone. Moments later, his jet went silent. One of Ukraine's newly received F-16s, the symbol of Western support and Ukrainian resilience, had fallen from the sky, and with it, one of Ukraine's finest defenders. But Colonel Oleksii Mes was more than a casualty. He was a symbol, a fighter with purpose written in his flight path, and sacrifice etched in every sortie he flew. So who was the man behind the visor? Oleksii was born in 1993 in Shepetivka, a quiet Ukrainian town that now mourns a legend. He was a boy who served in his local church, who loved helping people, and who never stopped looking at the sky. Those who knew him say he was kind, determined. The kind of man who'd ask if you were okay before asking for help himself. He graduated with honors from the Ivan Kozhedub National Air Force University, where he quickly rose through the ranks. By the age of 29, he was already commanding a MiG-29 squadron, mastering dogfights in Soviet jets that were older than he was. In 2022, with war exploding across his homeland, Mes wasn't content to just defend Ukraine. He wanted to transform it. Together with fellow pilot Andrii Pilshchykov, Mes flew to the United States, not on a mission of war, but of diplomacy. He met with US lawmakers, defense officials, even Hollywood actor Sean Penn, lobbying passionately for one thing: F-16s for Ukraine. He knew that in modern warfare, outdated jets meant flying into death traps. He was there to convince the world that Ukraine deserved better, that it needed wings to fight and survive. Their campaign worked, and when the F-16s were finally greenlit, Oleksii was at the front of the line. But his story wasn't just about missiles and machines, it was about love and sacrifice. At home, Mes was a husband to Yulia and father to a 3-year-old daughter. He often said that his greatest regret wasn't the risk or even death, it was not having more time with his little girl. Yet he chose to keep flying, to keep fighting, because he believed in building a future she could safely live in. He trained in the United Kingdom and Denmark, mastering NATO protocols, integrating with digital targeting systems, and preparing for the transition from old-school MiGs to cutting-edge Falcons. In the cockpit of the F-16, he felt something different, not just power, but hope. This wasn't just a jet, it was a promise. And then came his most daring mission, one that would never be made public in exact detail, but would leave even NATO observers stunned. In early August 2024, Moonfish reportedly conducted a deep interdiction mission, penetrating contested airspace to eliminate a radar relay station that had been enabling precision Russian strikes. His timing was surgical, his escape improbable. That raid allowed Ukrainian ground forces to push forward without constant overhead bombardment. It was hailed as his most successful mission, a strike that changed the battlefield but never bore his name in headlines. He didn't care because Moonfish never flew for fame. He flew for freedom. On August 26, 2024, as missiles rained down, he went up one last time. He intercepted, destroyed, and protected until the skies claimed him back. It was Ukraine's first F-16 lost in combat, but not in vain. In March 2025, President Zelenskyy posthumously awarded him the title Hero of Ukraine with the Order of the Golden Star, the highest national honor. His daughter will grow up without a father, but with a nation that remembers him. His call sign, Moonfish, once a whisper in a squadron, is now a legend across a nation. He didn't just fly a jet, he gave Ukraine new wings.